بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ومولاي يا رسول الله. صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ومولاي يا أبا عبد الله. يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة. غريب يا مظلوم كربلاء، يا ليتنا كنا معكم سيدي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. لعن الله الظالمين لكم من الأولين والآخرين وألحقهم بدرك الجحيم. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى: ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها من تقوى القلوب. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. The subject discussed always about sha'air of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And some said how much it is important, first of all, and for what purpose we remember the death happened 1,400 years before. And thirdly, what type of sha'air are right and what type are not right. This subject is always raised in mind of people, and you may find a lot of writings in the media and internet. First of all, the aim of sha'air of Imam Hussain alayhi salam is to make memory of Imam Hussain and the aims and objects of Imam Hussein's stand against Yazid alive. Why we need to do that? Because the ruling parties from that time, Bani Umayyah, after them Bani al-Abbas, after them Uthmanis, 1,400 till today, the ruling governments are mostly dictators and tyrant rulers, wrongdoers, and the believers suffered all that time. Let us say from 1,400 till today, the followers of Ahlul Bayt are suffering. Even today we are witnessing the killing and the terrorist act against them, and they are killed because they go for visit of Imam Hussain, and sometimes they are slaughtered only because they know he is a Shia, he is caught in the way and is killed, and so on. So why? Because the people know that name of Imam Hussain is a stand of justice against injustice, and they know the governments are doing all mistakes. They don't want mind of the people to be diverted toward good cause. They said, let them accept the wrong governments. When Imam Hussain alayhi salam took a stand against Yazid, now is the Yazidi line ruling now in most of the Muslim countries, or Hussaini line? We don't see the followers of Imam Hussain ruling. We see followers of Yazid are ruling. First of all, the government itself, they said in Islam, shura. I don't say appointment, and Allah has ordered us to follow Imam Ali and Imams, the 12 Imams. I say, okay, let us, for sake of argument, accept shura. Where is in the Muslim countries shura is there? The kings who are ruling, this is shura, to be a kingdom and kings are ruling? Or the dictators who come into power by coup or by some sort of revolution and force and kill his enemies and opponents and put thousands in jail and eradicate his opposition, that you call it an Islamic condition? Naturally not Islamic. That is the way of Yazid ruling. The corruption in the countries, well, political corruption, moral corruption, economic corruption, administrative corruption, all types of corruption, unfortunately, is available. Is that a line of Imam Hussain, or it is line of Yazid? So they are following the path of Yazid, not following the path of Imam Hussain. So we need to remind the people for the model not to be forgotten. how to remind them, since the case is still alive. The case alive, I mean the aims and objects of the stand of Imam Hussain till today is existing. It has not finished. You say, okay, a mistake happened, and then it was corrected, and now everything is in order. No, it is not in order. Till now, the same case is there. And we see the people of the world generally, Muslims or non-Muslims, if they have a hot issue unsolved, they keep every year procession or media or writing books or articles and so on to remind the people that some injustice done to them. Let us say the black people in America, for example, there were injustice done to them, and then they revolted many times every year till they got their rights. And then the case is all right. Now, if some injustice done to them, they do again a procession. They condemn what the government is doing, what mistake is done, what injustice is done. So that is a normal way, you know. You don't say because the case 5 years before happened, or 10 years, or 50 years. You say as long as the case is still alive, naturally they have to remind the people till they can solve the matter. And that is why we say that we have to keep memory of Imam Hussain alayhi salam alive continuously, and remind the people that someone who is a grandson of the Prophet, last Prophet of Allah for mankind, he took a stand against the tyranny and oppression of his time, against the bad rulers of his time. And now if we suffer the same situation, we have to take a stand and to condemn the rulers and try to change the situation into better situation. Well, the best peaceful way of condemning is to have a procession, to have sha'air, what we say sha'air, to remind the people that the case is still alive and the tyranny is still ruling, the dictators are still ruling. If we will not fight, if we will not create a bloodshed, okay, we say we have a certain ceremonies to remind the people about the stand for justice done by Imam Hussain, and then importance of changing the tyranny and oppression at our time in the countries where we live. So that is the basic idea of sha'ir, you know. That is why we see in Ahlul Bayt Salamullahi alayhim, he said, Ahyu amrana, rahimallahu man ahya amrana. Make our affair alive. May mercy of Allah be upon he who make our affair alive. The affair here means the imamate, because imamate of the unjust people is ruling till today, and even 80% of the Muslims still do not believe in the right of Ahlul Bayt in imamate, and even they do not follow Ahlul Bayt in fiqh, in practical laws, you know. They follow others, which is not right, but still they believe that is the right. So even among the Muslims, still more than 80% of the people do not know the fact, and the real affair of Ahlul Bayt is not alive with them. It is forgotten because of the media, power of the governments, and dictators, killing, bloodshed, etc., which happened throughout the history till today. So the Imams insist that ahyu amrana, make this issue always alive. The people should know that the right Imam after the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Imam Ali alayhi salam, and his 11 sons totally are 12 Imams. And the ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tafsir of the Holy Quran, the rules and regulations should be taken from Ahlul Bayt, not from others. Unfortunately, till today, the Muslims differ how the Holy Prophet used to perform wudu. In wudu, in which the Muslims have seen the Holy Prophet for hundreds times, maybe thousands times, because every day he used to perform wudu in front of people. And till now, they don't know what is the real performance. To wash from fingers down or up down, they don't know. What is the face, the ears inside the face or not, they don't know. To wash the feet or to wipe the feet, everyone say something. In the prayer also there is a differences. In other ahkam, in the fast, in hajj, everywhere there is a difference in ahkam. So it shows that the ahkam Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the issues and rules and regulations of Allah are not followed properly. So isn't it an alarming issue that 80 or more than 80% of the Muslims are not aware of the facts? So we have to remind them what? To tell them, well, look, he's the grandson of the Prophet, called for justice, did not do anything wrong, even in your logic and logic of the government. Yazid could not have a small point of something against the law done by Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain did not allow him to have that chance so that an excuse may be created. Even it is not right of Yazid for that, but at least excuse for the media. Even that was not done. And we see Imam Hussain alayhi salam in Karbala, he first asked them, am I not grandson of your Prophet? Isn't this turban of the Holy Prophet? Isn't this the Holy Quran I am carrying you? They said, yes, all witness. He said, you are asking me for what? Did I kill any one of you? You want to kill me? He said, no. Did I rob anybody? No. Did I do anything wrong? No. They said, why are you killing me? They had no answer. You see, alqa al-hujjah, as we said, the proof, the divine proof has been told to the people that, look, what you are doing is totally wrong, against even logic, even against humanity. If you are not a Muslim, if you are not a believer, at least you are a human being. At least you are Arabs. There are some values for Arabs in the ignorant area, time of Jahiliyyah. Still there are some moral values are there. So why don't you follow your values? You are killing me for what? There's no answer. And some said, we kill you بغضا لأبيك, because we hate your father. Why they hate Imam Ali alayhi salam? So first of all, because they hate Imam Ali. So those who follow Yazid and Bani Umayyah should not say that we love Ahlul Bayt. No. You are Nasibi, you hate Ahlul Bayt. He may not know the person, but he is following the same line of Nawasib who hate Ahlul Bayt. Because frankly they said, بغضا لأبيك. And sometimes, they said, هذا ابن قتال العرب. He is son of the one who killed Arabs. Imam Ali did not kill Arabs. He killed infidel people in the battle of Badr and battle of Uhud or Hunayn. He killed the idol worshippers who came to kill the Holy Prophet and the Muslims, and he defended Islam. He did not go and do an injustice to kill the Arabic tribes or do anything wrong. No. So why they say هذا ابن قتال العرب? For what? Because Qattal for Bani Umayyah, for Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan wanted to kill the Prophet, and he tried many times in many wars, and he failed. Ultimately, he surrendered in the battle of conquering Mecca, Fath Mecca, and he was hypocrite and surrendered. So still he wanted to take revenge from the Holy Prophet. He could not kill the Prophet. Now they want to kill the progeny of the Prophet. So if really the Muslims, 80% of the Muslims, they knew this fact, they will still follow the Bani Umayyah? No, naturally no. But they don't know. How to tell them if we are eradicated? Shia books are not allowed. Shia houses are being eradicated, killed. Our ulama, maraji'. Well, so many of our ulama and maraji' were killed. Shaheed al-awwal, Shaheed al-thani, Shaheed al-thalith, Shaheed al-rabi', and so on. Thousands of our ulama were killed. And every time a dictator comes, he banned even the expression about love of Imam Hussain. So now how can we express? In what way? We tell the people of the world, well, look, you are going wrong. This is the right path. Come here to Imam Hussain. He will show you the right path. So it is the sha'air, whatever different expressions, we make that memory alive. And that is importance of sha'air. See, sha'air is a sha'ar. Sha'ar is a sign. Alama is a sign which direct you to something. So what we say sha'air is to direct you. The Holy Quran, we said, إِنَّ الصَّفَا وَالْمَرْوَ مِنْ شَعَائِرِ اللَّهِ. Two mountains, Safa and Marwa, you say from sha'air Allah. Why? Because when you go for Hajj, then you do sa'i between Safa and Marwa, and you remember that is religious duty ordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is min sha'air Allah. It is two mountains, still min sha'air Allah. So what we say about sha'air of Imam Hussain is to remind the people, tell the people, and express ourselves to them that, look, if you are looking for the facts, this is the fact. If the media influenced you for 1,400 years, but now it is the time you should awake and know what happened in the history. Know that those who claim they love Ahlul Bayt, they are a liar. They hate Ahlul Bayt. But they do not dare to say it. That is why they kill the Shias who are followers of Ahlul Bayt. Why? Otherwise they are enemy of Ahlul Bayt. If they are enemies of the Shias, if they love Ahlul Bayt, they should love followers of Ahlul Bayt. If you love someone, if others respect that one, you love them, you respect them. You respect your grandfather, for example, and some of your neighbors, they love your grandfather. You will hate them? Naturally, you will love them because they love your lover. So if they love Ahlul Bayt, they should love the Shias. You say, well, they love our lover, we respect Ahlul Bayt, and they are followers of Ahlul Bayt. Fine. But you see, they hate the Shias. And they claim by tongue they follow Ahlul Bayt. But practically, they never took their fiqh from Ahlul Bayt. They always take their fiqh from other than Ahlul Bayt. Well, okay, if you love Ahlul Bayt, why not you take the fiqh from Ahlul Bayt? Why not from Imam Ali you take the fiqh? From Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain, from Imam al-Baqir, from Imam al-Sadiq, salamullahi alayhim jami'an. They take fiqh from others and views of others, though it contradict Ahlul Bayt, and they will not care for that. So you see, it shows that the media of the world is going in the wrong direction. Until now, majority of the Muslims are not aware of it, unfortunately. So now when we make the memory of Imam Hussain alive, actually we put a, let us say, candle in the darkness of the world and try with whatever light we have to remove that darkness. Whatever little or more makes no difference. At least we do our best, First of all, we have to build our relation with Ahlul Bayt. And that is by emotional relation and naturally rational relation by following them. But at least the beginning is emotionally to be attached to them, to love them, respect them, appreciate them, and then naturally, ultimately you will be attracted to them and you will follow them. And that is why Ahlul Bayt salamullahi alayhim asked their followers to visit Imam Hussain continuously. And they say there is a great thawab for visiting Imam Hussain. And they mention so many ahadith that the angels are coming to visit Imam Hussain in Laylatul Jum'ah, or every night, or in every occasion. Different ahadith are explaining that. They said, well, if you move walking for Imam Hussain, with every step you will get so much thawab, equal to Hajj, to Umrah, to Jihad fi Sabilillah, etc. Some may say, well, these are exaggerations. No, it is not exaggeration. Because this is the only way to keep the facts alive, the right of Ahlul Bayt alive, the only way. Otherwise, with the strong media against Ahlul Bayt, from Bani Umayyah till Bani al-Abbas till Uthmanis, 1,400 years tyranny and oppression is ruling. And all governments were against Ahlul Bayt. And then how memory of Ahlul Bayt remains alive till today. It was not possible without those who have gone to visit Imam Hussain, even at those days, at days of Bani Umayyah. Imams, salamullahi alayhim, sometimes ask their companions, do you go every day to visit Imam Hussain? He said, well, no, not possible. Say every week? He said, well, no, difficult. Say every month? He said, yeah, maybe. He said, well, don't forget that. Go and visit the holy shrine of Imam Hussain. Well, from those days, times of Ahlul Bayt, Imam Salamullah alayhim, the first and second century of Islam, insist that you go. Some of them say we fear to go there. The governments are watching the road. Say still, if you go with fear, this fear in this world will prevent the fear in the day of judgment. Then in the day of judgment you are safe. You will not feel any fear because of your sins or whatever it is. Allah will give you safety in that day because you were afraid from the zalimeen, from the unjust rulers in dunya. You see, even your fear is compensated. It's not forgotten. Allah will compensate that. So that is the Imam sometimes pray a long prayer, for those who visited Imam Hussain, for those who cry for Imam Hussain, for those who weep for Imam Hussain, for those who are not caring for the enemies, and still they insist to go. And so much prayer Imam used to pray for the zuwar, for the visitors of Imam Hussain. And all that is to keep that memory alive, because that is the only thing which remained. Through that we know the right from the wrong. They have changed the stories about life history of the Prophet. Even they attack infallibility of the Prophet. Till today, they say the Prophet is only infallible at tabligh, the message of Allah. On other things, he is not infallible. They relate a lot of wrong things to the Prophet, which are not right, Well, mentioned, unfortunately, in books of the Muslims, and nobody, they relate kufr to the father and uncle and forefathers of the Prophet. They say, mata kafiran, which is not right. The Holy Quran frankly said, وَتَقَلُّبَكَ فِي السَّاجِدِينَ al when come with the Jam'al Mudakkar Salim means all of them were sajideen. Mean the forefathers of the Prophet till Adam alayhi salam were among those believers who prostrate for Allah, do sujood. So in spite of very clearly mentioned in Quran, they said no, some of the father of the Prophet, his mother, they were kafir, mushrik. So you see how they disrespect the Prophet, disrespected saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about Imam Ali alayhi salam. Even the great sermon of Eid al-Ghadir, they have forgotten it and are not mentioning it in the books except 1-2 sentences out of 14 pages sermon, they 2-3 lines and that's all which comes. And after that they said no, it is shura. Well, there was no shura, dictatorship says, still it is shura. You have to accept it, it was shura. Okay, shura after the 4 now, time of Bani Umayyah, there was a Frank kingdom, they say, Mulukiya, it was kingdom. Still they said no, you have to accept that, it is right. And the Abbasids who killed Bani Umayyah, still Abbasids become right. Well, if Bani Umayyah right, so those who killed the right should be wrong. They said no, they are right, and those who killed them are right. All of them are right. So what logic is that logic? Naturally, there is no logic. But till today they say, well, this is the thing, you have to accept it or not. So you see, in Sha'air of Imam Hussain, we need to elaborate those points and tell the people of the world, you see, the values of Islam, real Islam, true Islam, genuine Islam. Not the fake Islam which has been kidnapped by the takfiris and the terrorist people. In name of Islam, they create bloodshed and mischief in the country. Well, similar to the bloodshed and mischief at the time of Bani Umayyah, when Imam Hussain alayhi salam said about Yazid. He's creating mischief, and now the same line, the same way is continuous. So that is the importance of sha'ir. Now some said, is there any sign? Well, sha'ir is what the people are used to accept it as a expression of mourning. You know, usually wearing black, if you are mourning somebody dead in your family, you have black, fine. It is sha'ir, it is okay. You have majalis to discuss about Imam Hussain, then you are reminding people about Imam Hussain, that is sha'ir. If you cook food and give it distributed to people in name of Imam Hussain, well, that is ihya, sha'ir. And any other expression which is accepted by the ulama and maraja according to the fatwa of the maraja, that is accepted, regarded as sha'ir of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Now some people sometimes argue that this sha'ira came to us only 300 years before. It was not at time of the Imam. Okay, suppose 300 years before the people get used to a special way. So what is wrong with it? Our suit we are wearing was not at time of the Holy Prophet. So is it haram to wear the suit because it was not at time of the Prophet? The car and train and aeroplane was not at time of the Prophet. Should we say it is haram and we have to ride only camel and horse? So what has that to do with it? It was 300 or 500 or 200 or 10 years before. Make no difference. Internet was not there 20 years, 30 years before. So is it haram now to propagate for Imam Hussain in the internet? Books were not published, let us say, 200-300 years before. So now is it haram to publish religious books? Because it was not there at the time of the Prophet. There was no printing press at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. See, these are an excuses the people create, and well, knowingly or unknowingly, unfortunately, you know. If we have to discuss something, we refer to our maraja. We have ulama and our maraja. Say, okay, this sha'ir and the people are used to this way. Is it halal or is it haram? What are the general rules and regulations? Our maraja will explain it for us. It is not allowed that we give fatwa. No, this is haram. This will abuse Islam. This will give bad names. How do you know it will abuse? How do you know it will give bad name? Who said what you think is right? You know, maybe others think a different way. You know, so we are not allowed to give fatwa that this is halal, that is haram. It's not our duty. Fatwa is for the maraja to give the fatwa. We will follow them. If my marja say this is haram, I say haram. If you say it is halal, I say halal. Finished. No need to fight and argue and create a problem or rift among the mu'mineen and in the society. Or God forbid we give fatwa which is very much haram. من أفتى بغير علم فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. The one who gives fatwa, he give an Islamic issue without knowledge, then let him reserve his place in hellfire. So it's very big responsibility that you say this is halal, that is haram, this is right, that is wrong. Well, it's not your job, not your specialty. Let those who are specialized in religious rules and regulations give the fatwa, the maraja, give fatwa. If they say halal, halal. If they say haram, haram. Finished. No need. But generally, you know, what they say, anything which will remind the people about Imam Hussain or makes name of Imam Hussain alive, that is regarded as sha'air. Anything. Now the people may be different in different cultures, maybe different values they have. In some countries like Sri Lanka, for example, it is said, if somebody is there, they will not wear black, they wear white dress. So if you're wearing white, means he is mourning for death in the family. Okay, for them, they may dress white. Because that is a symbol of mourning. Now, some people may give this type of food, some people may give a different type of food. Fine, it's up to them, up to the culture to do it. Not to say, okay, we keep only the food which was at time of the Prophet. No. The order is not like that. At time of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the life was different. Later on, the lives are different. The culture and the ideas of the people are different. Yes, it has to be within Shariat, of course. Has to be within Sharia. But then it is a flexible, different way of civilization, different way of expression, different way of propagation. There was no TV at the time of the Prophet. So it is haram to deliver lecture about Imam Hussain in the TV because you say this is bid'ah. It was not the time of the Prophet. No, naturally it is not haram. So what excuse they say, well, because it was not at the time of the Prophet, then it is not allowed. No, this is not right. This is not bid'ah. Bid'ah, many people are using it easily. Bid'ah means to say something that this is part of religion, and that thing is not really part of religion. So to say, أن تجعل في الدين ما ليس فيه. That is bid'ah. To say this type of a prayer is in Islam, which is not there, like maybe Salatul Taraweeh. It is a sunnah, it is mustahab prayer, and mustahab prayer cannot be prayed jama'at, has to be prayed individually. And when they made it jama'at and they said, well, it should be like this, well, that is, you say bid'ah, because you are enforcing something in religion which is not accepted by religion. But different types of expression, there is no bid'ah. You don't say that religion say this is only type of religion. It's up to you. Religion allowed you to dress the way you like, to express yourself the way you like, to propagate the way you like, to ride whatever means for your movement, whether by cow and camel or whether by car and aeroplane. It's up to you. Religion did not say that only camel allowed, no more. Then you say, well, now to use the car is bid'ah. No, there is nothing like that. So the way of expression cannot be a bid'ah, because we are not saying this is part of religion. This is part of our expression, part of sha'ir. Our culture is used to accept this as a sha'ir, and we follow that, we accept that, and we practice that. And we see the mourning, and sometimes we say jaza. Jaza is the extreme way of mourning, is actually recommended for Imam Hussain. So كل الجزع مكروه, and some say it haram. ما خلى الجزع على الإمام الحسين. To go in extreme in the matter of mourning is not allowed or is not recommended, at least except the jaza for Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And we see the practice of family of Imam Hussain alayhi salam was like that. al-Banin salamullahi alayha, as an example, when she was in Medina and Bishr had recited two poetry, and he said, the translation of that, O people of Medina, you cannot stay peacefully because Imam Hussain has been killed and his head is on spears from a country to country while the body is still in Karbala. Well, people of Medina all started weeping, crying, mourning Imam Hussain, and then a lady came to Bishr and he said, you who are mourning Imam Hussain, tell me about my son Hussain. What happened to him? So he said, I realize she is not really knowing what she said. I say Imam Hussain is killed, and she said, tell me about my son. I asked, who is this lady? They said, oh Bishr, be a little quiet and soft with her. She is al-Banin. She loves Imam Hussain more than her sons. Tell her what happened, step by step, Then he said, oh al-Banin, عظم الله لك الأجر بولدك عون Uthman, Abdullah. Well, all the sons. She said, well, I have not asked you about them. I asked you, tell me about Imam Hussain. Till he said, عظم الله لك الأجر بولدك أبي الفضل العباس سلام الله عليه. Well, she had a child, and it was said that child was al-Fadl, son of Abu al-Fadl, It was on her shoulder. Well, when she heard about death of Abu al-Fadl salamullahi alayhi, she could not tolerate that, and the child fell down. She said, well, you are just telling me about my sons. Let my sons be ransomed for Imam Hussain. Tell me about my son Hussein. Then he said, عظم الله لك الأجر بولدك الحسين سلام الله عليه. Then she get unconscious at that point. And later on we see that Sayyida Zainab Salamullahi alayha, she continued mourning Imam Hussein in her house and always asking other women who comes to mourn Imam Hussein and remember Imam Hussein. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك بجلال وجهك الكريم وقرآنك العظيم وبمحمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين أن تعجل فرج وليك صاحب العصر والزمان، وأن تجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه ومن المجاهدين بين يديه. اللهم اقض بهم حوائجنا واشف بهم مرضانا وارحم بهم موتانا واغفر بهم ذنوبنا ووسع بهم أرزاقنا وبارك بهم لنا في ديننا ودنيانا وآخرتنا ولا تسلط علينا من لا يرحمنا. اللهم اشغل الظالمين بالظالمين واجعل المؤمنين من بينهم سالمين غانمين. اللهم ارزقنا شفاعة محمد وآل محمد يوم القيامة. اللهم ارزقنا الجنة مع محمد وآل محمد مع الشهداء والصالحين على سرر متقابلين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات خصوصا العلماء والشهداء وخصوصا الشهداء في هذه الأيام، رحم الله من يهدي لهم جميعا ثواب الفاتحة قبلها صلوات. الله